All right, well, Doc, let's move on to blood pressure then, because some people, they have high blood pressure, some have low, and others it fluctuates. It's the sudden fluctuations that are actually bad for people of a certain age. Do I have to worry?
Yeah, they're actually bad for everybody. But, you know, I'm glad to have the opportunity to talk about blood pressure. We call it the silent killer because it is a silent killer. It does not normally cause any symptoms. In very few cases, it may give you a headache, it may give you a nosebleed, but that's very rare. Most people with dangerously elevated high or blood pressure do not have symptoms. So you've got to get yourself checked and find out whether your pressure is high. Now, people are very casual about controlling their blood pressure because it gives them no symptoms, and it's theoretically, as far as they're concerned, dangerous. Now, here's my advice. If you have high blood pressure and are being treated for it, get yourself a home monitor. You can't keep running back to your doctor every day or every week. It costs money, and it's no more effective than taking it at home. You can buy yourself a blood pressure cuff and see where your blood pressure goes in the morning, after eating, at night, after exercise. And that's important because of some recent findings. People who have a surge, older people especially, who have a surge in their blood pressure, lose some of their cognition. They can't remember as well, they can't recall as well, they can't think as well when their blood pressure goes up. And that's the only symptom you may have. And you may think, well, my God, I'm getting Alzheimer's and stuff. It may just be your blood pressure. And then on the other hand, you walk and you feel dizzy and lightheaded, and you have to hold on, and you don't know what it is. That may be because your blood pressure is too low, especially if you're elderly. So monitor your blood pressure. Report to your doctor if you find a surge above 140, for example, or below 100. Your medication may have to be adjusted. This is very important advice and very practical and affects many millions of people.
Can I get a follow-up question on that real quickly? Because hypertension or high blood pressure, we understand, can lead to stroke and diabetes, but it also adversely affects African Americans disproportionately. Why is that the case? Is it
I don't know what the genetic. I don't know. I don't think it's the diet. I think it's genetic. And the high blood pressure, I don't think causes diabetes, but it does cause stroke and heart attack. Those are the main things. But yes, African Americans are more vulnerable and should be particularly carefully monitored.
Very important information. It's time now for our first email question of the day. This question comes to us from Gary. He'd like to know, what's the significance of heart palpitations?
You know, palpitations are an awareness of your heart beating. Now, palpitations are normal in many instances. Like when I sit here in this studio with millions of people watching, I have palpitations. When I look at Jamie, I have palpitations. Those palpitations of fear
Call 911.